What's good, y'all? This your country cousin, Pete McCorvey, a.k.a. Peter Mac. Hey, man, get on up here, man. Kick your shoes off, pull you up one, and light you up one. You on the porch now. It's Pete McCorvey's Porch Talk. Let's do this. What's good, everybody? It's your country cousin, Pete McCorvey, a.k.a. Peter Mac, and welcome back to the porch once again, man. I'm really excited to be on here with y'all today because we are less than a week away from the premiere episode of my new podcast, At the Movies with Pete McCorvey, man. Hey, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's actually giving me, a chance to keep my research skills sharp, because a lot of y'all know I went to college for journalism and I minored in history. Really hadn't got a chance to do anything with both, but I still love the research stuff. I love learning about the history of damn near everything, people's cultures, civilizations, gang violence, organized crime, which is one and the same, but still I just love research, and too, like I said, y'all know I love to watch movies, so I'm really excited. If I haven't said it before, the movie that I will be reviewing first is the 1992 superhero classic Batman Returns, which was directed by Tim Burton, starring Michael Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Danny DeVito. Like I said, I'm gonna explain why I chose this movie first, and like I said, give you a brief summary of the movie, tell you some things about how the movie got produced, like who should have been in the movie, what the movie was originally supposed to, direction the movie was originally supposed to go in, things like that. I'm really looking forward to it. So that's going to be March 6th, Friday. It's coming to a speaker, phone, or computer near you. Like I said, like y'all remember back in the day, and even still now, movies were always premiering on Friday, so I'm keeping that with the culture of movies with my podcast. No, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. I know a lot of people nowadays are saying, man, podcasts, they need to take away podcast equipment because all they do is talk about toxic shit in relationships, and they down in men, they down in women. No, that's not true. That's the podcast that a lot of y'all like to listen to, because to be honest with you, there are podcasts about every damn thing. Y'all just like to gravitate towards bullshit. Because as a matter of fact, I've been listening to podcasts a lot lately, because one, it's kind of like new wave radio, and the good thing about it is you don't have to sit through a lot of stuff on it like you did on the radio. Remember, we used to listen to the radio, we had to sit through DJ cutting into the song, and we can't find out the name of the song where he'll cut into the song. We missed the first 30 seconds of the song, or we missed the whole last verse, and we can't get it. We don't have to worry about that with podcasting. You can listen to it, whatever you want to listen to, whenever you want to listen to, and they are not filtered at all. They can use whatever kind of language they want to, and that's why I said I love podcasts and stuff like that now. And hell, they even showing, everybody know podcasts new wave, they're even showing podcasts on Amazon Prime and Netflix. Netflix has so many podcasts that they're playing now, and that's what I'm saying. It's here to stay. It's really here to stay. I remember I jumped on the wave back in 09, 2010, but back then that was kind of it was, not saying it was a hipster thing to do, but it was kind of look down, you podcast, that's kind of nerd. Now it's oh my God, you podcast. But a lot of people are eating off podcasts. A lot of podcasts are, gaining traction to, inform us about new things, to keep us entertained. I'm going to be honest with y'all and tell y'all this. The 3 podcasts that influenced me to do my movie review podcast is Confused Breakfast, Friends Hood Cinema, and one called For the Nostalgia. And all three of them have a different take, but they always keep me engaged when they review movies that we saw growing up. Now, the three podcasts that I'm going to tell you that I'm interested in now, they just general podcasts I like listening to. The first one is I just found out about this one a couple of days ago, and I didn't heard a few episodes, but I love it. Carmelo Anthony got a podcast. Didn't even know it's called 7 p.m. in Brooklyn with, of course, Carmelo Anthony. And it's amazing. Like, hell, one of his episodes, he even brought Lala on there, and they were discussing his son, Kyan, who is dogging up there in Syracuse. That boy is doing the damage, man, for real. Like that old saying, he is daddy's son for real. They was talking about his decision on where to go. And I love that show's growth for both of them to like realize we ain't together and we want good for each other, but we can sit down there and have a healthy diatribe. I love that. Now, he just recently did an episode of his podcast, and he had the legendary Wood Harris, who most of y'all call Julius Campbell from Remember the Titans. Or you may have met him as Avon Barksdale on The Wire, or you may have met him as Ace Boogie in the movie Paid in Full. But where I met him in 1994 as Tupac's character Birdie's #1 hitman, Motown, in the 1994 hood and basketball classic Above the Rim, which to this day probably still got one of the most fire soundtracks of any movie, at least in the 90s. I'm gonna say ever, but at least in the 90s. That's why I met him as Motown, who was also a star point guard for the team, the Birdman, in the Uptown Shootout on them. So a lot of people don't notice, and I found this out by listening, because I looked him up a while ago and found out he went to St. Joe's in the suburbs of Chicago. Now, if anybody know about St. Joseph's, it's a defunct Catholic school that was big on basketball, was coached by the legendary Gene Pingatore. And you know that name, not just if you're not from Illinois and know about hooping up there, you know that name from the 1994 documentary Hoop Dreams. You know, so I looked it up and I was wondering, and I looked up his age, and I'm like, well, he would have been there around about the time that William Gates, one of the stars of the documentary Hoop Dreams, would be there. I wonder why, and I tried to go back, I'm like, why don't we see him in the movie? But Wood Harris revealed why he wasn't there, because like I left this part out. He actually hooped for real, like, so you know, you seen Above the Rims. I knew he hooped for real watching Above the Rim. Like, his mechanics was like spot on. I'm like, nah, this guy ain't just an actor, he played ball. But he revealed why he wasn't in the movie. He said he got kicked out, got into a fight, and he said he'd always, because he from the west side of Chicago, he like that west side of Chicago was in him, and he just couldn't shut it off. And now what they kicked him out for was some BS, because it wasn't even on school time or school property. So I thought that was bogus, but they was looking for an excuse to get rid of him. But he revealed why he wasn't in the movie. And he actually revealed this about Gene Pingatore. He said that man was a dick. He said he was an asshole. He said he was not a good person. Man, he talked about acting and a lot of stuff he said. That man is a deep brother, and I love every bit of listening to that podcast, man. So yeah, definitely 7 p.m. in Brooklyn with Carmelo Anthony. I'm definitely going to keep a lookout for that. Now, the next podcast that I got, now this one I'm glad I found it, but I'm also kind of like confused, because until I was listening to this podcast, I thought that what this podcast talked about, I thought it had already been wrapped up. This podcast is called Murder at the U, and it's also in conjunction, the episodes are also part of ESPN's 30 for 30 podcast. Yeah, they do a podcast series 30 for 32. And it's hosted by ESPN reporter Paula Levine, who has been covering the story I'm about to explain since it happened. It tells the story of the 2006 murder of the University of Miami Hurricane football player Brian Patter by his teammate Rashawn Jones. Now, y'all remember this story. Y'all remember we were seeing pictures of them players at the U. They was gathered around what looked like a mural or something in like in center field. And you see one guy, he got his hand over his heart and got his eyes closed. And all the memes we saw were like, here he is sitting there trying to pay memory. He the one that killed him. That player that was doing that was of course fellow Hurricane Rashawn Jones. Now I'm shocked because apparently they're just not bringing this man to trial for this. I thought when we saw the memes of Buddy with the rest of the Hurricanes doing that, I thought that Miami-Dade P didn't already brought him in. He's sitting there, he up the road. You know, if you from down south, you know, we call going up the road, going up to the penitentiary state pen or whatnot. I didn't know that they're just not bringing him to justice for this. And I don't understand how that meme has been out for 10, 15 years? The meme's been out for 10, 15 years. I'm distraught. That shows me everything we hear about how fucked up the Miami-Dade Police Department is ringing true with this. Because how did y'all do this? And 20 years have gone by and now we finally are bringing this man to trial for that murder that happened 2 decades ago. And this podcast series has been going in real time along with the trial. The final episode is going to premiere this upcoming Tuesday, where they're going to reveal the verdict of Rashawn Jones for the murder of Brian Patter back in 2026. I'm like I said, I've loved going through this every episode with Paul Levine, her reporting. And it's just an amazing thing. I'm on pins and knees. I can't wait to Tuesday. As soon as I wake up, get ready to go to work, I'm probably going to put that on and listen to it. I hope it's not that long so I can have it during my morning routine and my drive to work, because I do not want to get to work and then have to put it on pause and wait till lunch. But it's amazing. Now, the last one I'm going to talk about, it's called The Infamous Ones, and it is hosted by a sister named Kay Johnson. I stumbled onto this one, and it deals with black true crime. Now, I'm going to keep it funky with y'all, so we talk about how people say they hate podcasts and everything, and I'm going to tell you how I know that a lot of y'all are into those bullshit podcasts, and that's not all they podcasts, because true crime is one of the top rated categories when it comes to podcasts. So that don't mean that that's all they podcasts about. That means that's all that you are paying attention to. But I love her, Kay Johnson's podcast on black true crime, because she tells about black true crime stories, and then she brings, the flavor that we as black people got, and the woman is hilarious. One episode I'm gonna tell you she was hilarious on was when she was talking about, remember Ray Caruth in the late 90s when the former Carolina Panthers star, when he tried to kill his pregnant ex-girlfriend Sharika Adams because he didn't want to end up paying child support or anything like that. Boy, the way she was going in on Ray Caruth had me in tears. Oh my God, I love her podcast, man. Hey, sis, if this finds your ears, keep doing what you're doing. You a breath of fresh air, man. Hey, y'all definitely check out her podcast, The Infamous Ones. Oh, man. Now, the next segment, this has kind of become a running segment that I don't like, especially because it's just sad, especially for my childhood. But the silver lining in this is at least we down to one versus we've had several over the last 2 episodes. And this death was a big blow to my childhood. The actor, Robert Carradine. Now, most of y'all know Robert Carradine from his role as Louis Schlossnick in the 1980s Revenge of the Nerd movies. That's where a lot of you Gen X's, y'all met him at. Now, millennials like me, We met him in the early 2000s, specifically 2001, as Sam McGuire, the father of the title character of the Disney Channel TV show Lizzie McGuire, which starred that fine ass Hilary Duff. Like, sisters, don't get mad at me. I'm sorry, that's a fine ass white woman. Apparently, he was found in his Los Angeles home with and it was ruled a suicide. Now, unbeknownst to the public, he had been battling bipolar disorder for the last 2 decades. And you know what's crazy about this? I remember back in 2009, like a lot of y'all remember that his older brother, who was also an actor, David Carradine, who also died from an apparent suicide. Ask your grandparents about him. He was in a series called Kung Fu, which they stole from Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee came up with the idea. If you know, you know. But hey, look, this ain't time and place for that. He died in 2009 in Bangkok, Thailand, from a apparent suicide. When people went to his hotel room, they found him nude, and he had like a curtain tied around his neck. So I don't. Something like might be. Family got a history of mental illness, but whatever. This is a blow to us millennials and Gen X's, man. R.I.P. to David Carradine. He was 71 years old. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know he was that old when Lizzie McGuire had came out. I thought he was like late 30s, early 40s, but man, damn. Music, oh man, yesterday gave me 2 great classics. First, my man L.E. Dollar Sign. Like y'all know, in my old episodes, I was calling that man Les, L.E. Dollar, and all that. But L.E. Dollar Sign has a new album, Business as Usual, and the joint is smooth from top to bottom. Definitely an album where you can sit down, like if you got a hammock in your backyard, or if you live on the beach, or if you ain't got it like that, you can just sit on your couch in your house, lean back, get you a nice drink if you drink. I don't drink, but hey, I understand people like to unwind with drinks. Hell, I used to unwind with not just a drink, a few drinks myself, so I ain't mad at it. Or smoke your cigar if you ain't that culture like that. You still got some street in you. Get you a blunt. Sit back and relax and enjoy it, man. It was smooth from top to bottom. I'll get it 10 for 10. Now, this next album I'm happy about. I didn't even know that it was going to be released yesterday, but I am happy because I love this artist. I don't care how anybody feel about the man. The man is a part of R&B culture. He got some soul about him. With little 5'1" ass, or however short he is, but I love the man music, and that's Bruno Mars, the Romantic. And he picked up where he last left off on his last solo endeavor, which I didn't even know that this was his last solo album until I looked it up. And with 24 Karat Magic, which he released almost a decade ago, it seems like I'm seeing a lot of trends, like stuff that kind of happened in 2016 is starting to boomerang back around in 2026. And like I said, he took it back to late 70s, early 80s with that. This man, he knows how to take us back in time. With 24 Karat Magic, he took us back in time to like the late 80s, early 90s, man. Like I told y'all, that's straight up and down. When I first heard it, I bumped that shit for like 3 hours straight. I was at my homeboy house. I had got drunk the night before. Thank God I had to wait for some delivery he had, and I pretty much had the house to myself because I wore that album all the way out. Well, not that album, but that song, straight up down, I wore that out because I was like, boy, this sounds like something from like 92, 93. And now looking back at it, I remember listening to Straight Up and Down, saying, damn, he only gave us 9 tracks. That's a short ass album, but little did I know Bruno was ahead of the curve, because that's what a lot of people giving us like 9, 10 albums. Hell, you lucky you get 12 tracks out of people now. Hell, like now if you get an album that got like 17, 18 tracks, you like, well, damn, this is a long ass album. So hey, Bruno was ahead of the curve, but like I said, This was 9 tracks of funk, and it was fire. And hey, 10 out of 10. Matter of fact, as soon as I get off here, I'm probably going to the gym. I'm down to 165. That's 30 pounds since I started since last summer. So I'm gonna keep the push. I'm probably gonna listen to that album on the way to the gym, man. But yeah, 10 for 10, Bruno. Hey, man, you don't miss, dog. Now we're going on more about music. T.I. really, like, we thought T.I. took it back to the old T.I. from the 2000s when he dropped Let 'Em Know, like, a few weeks back. Now, he really going back to the early 2000s because T.I. and 50 Cent apparently have a beef now. Boy, and this beef is so, but 50 did he might have stepped into it, man, in a big way, because 50 used to go on at people by themselves. No, 50 ain't just going at T.I. He going at T.I. and his kids. Domani and King have stepped into the ring, and they say, hey, ain't no fair ones, homie. And King, you say what you want to say about King, but King is really, as he coined the phrase, standing on business. This man that talked about 50 Cent mama. You talking about my mama, said your mama dead, bro. Like, god damn, bro. Ooh. Oh, he took the gloves off. Then he got a t-shirt of 50 Cent mama, man. Like, if y'all looked up 50 Cent mama over the years, she don't look nothing like Raquel from Book 2 Raising Canaan or the actress that played Katrina in Get Rich Die Trying. Like, King is just not playing fair at all. Like, he coming for blood, man. So 50 Cent might have met his trolling match, dog. Like, we'll see. I ain't really like keeping up with this beef like that, but I think, buddy, hey, 50, you might want to talk to Tiff and be like, hey, bro, we need to sit down and squad, because hey, they on your ass, boy. In the world of sports, this one, I'm kind of shaking my head at it. So Netflix decided that they're going to schedule a fight between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. They're rematch. I ain't going to say highly anticipated. Rematch from the 2015 fight has been scheduled for September 19th, later this year, in Vegas at the Sphere. I just got one question, Netflix. Who in the hell asked for this? We didn't ask for this. Matter of fact, the first fight we got, when y'all gave it to us, we didn't want it then, because we had asked for that fight for years. Y'all didn't give that to us, and when y'all finally did give it to us, we didn't want to see it no more. At least I didn't want to see it, because I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't want to see it because Pacquiao went to top dog no more, because y'all remember when Marquez put his ass to sleep? I was like, well, we don't need to see that no more. Then y'all gave it that, like, nah, like, I don't even want it. I was like naming when Mike beat up Kennard to get his pack. I don't even want it. And I just turned away, but we still got it. And the crazy thing about that, I was a big Pac-Man fan at the time, and that kind of put me in the crossfire when it came there, because everybody was separating by race. Now, y'all remember at this time I was in the Navy, and I was stationed on board the USS Dewey out of San Diego. Now, the Navy has a lot of Filipinos in it, and we had quite a large number of Filipinos on my ship. So, you know, the camps will separate. You black, most people was black, they going for Floyd Mayweather. Most Filipinos, they going for Pacquiao. Obviously, because that's the side we on. I think me and one dude who was Filipino, I guess we must have been the trade-offs each other. The Filipino dude, he was going for Mayweather, and I was going for Pacquiao. I remember, like, right before the fight, because I think we was about to pull in, if I'm not mistaken, Thailand, and we was actually able to catch the fight, because we didn't know if we were going to catch it because we was out to sea. I remember sitting down, and I'm meeting, I sat by this group of Filipino guys, and they were just going and said, man, Pac-Man gonna whoop him. He gonna tear his ass up and this, that, and the third. I'm just casually eating cat. They said, he gonna kill his ass. And then one of them looked at me and said, oh, no offense, McCorvey. And I looked at myself, no offense for what? I said, I'm a Pac-Man fan. They were shocked, like, for real? I'm like, yeah, I'm rolling with Pac-Man. I want Pac-Man to win it. And yeah, so like the race war was on with that shit, man. But like, I don't want to see this now. They not in their prime no more. Neither one of them got nothing to prove. This is gonna be a waste of about like $80, man. And you know something? Y'all still gonna throw them pay for it. Throw them fight parties. And you know something? I'm still gonna be at one of them. I'm still gonna be at one. Yes, I am a hypocrite. I am still going to be at one of those fight parties. Do not judge me. On the my TV shows, the rookie of that is last episode. I love the show, but I feel like it was a filler, man, because they did something that they did last season. This episode stole from the movie Con Air. It stole from the movie Con Air. You know, like how they did last season when they stole from the movie Speed and they had it set on a bus with a bomb. Somebody had an explosive device on there and it was just like Speed and everything. This one was just like Con Air. And I don't know if this is a filler. I'll take it over them damn documentary episodes. Y'all heard this podcast. Y'all know I hate when the rookie do them documentary style episodes. Oh my God, they're so annoying. But yeah, they sold out. The one thing I did like about this episode, they had Oscar in there. And I love Oscar. Oscar is an asshole, but he's a bad guy. Like, he a bad guy, but you gotta love him though. He's just so charismatic. He's like how I felt about Scar and the Lion King. Like, ever since I've been a little boy, I've always liked Scar. Cause like, there's one scene that Scar said, like after he told Simba to run away and never return, the hyenas came up behind him. He didn't turn around. They didn't make no noise. He didn't change his facial expression. He just said one thing: kill him. I thought that was the most gangster shit at age 6. Oh my God. But yeah, Oscar, he's kind of up there, but they let Oscar get away once again, the way they let him do it. I was like, oh my God, come on, y'all gonna have to find better ways to do this. And then at the end, there was another villain on there. He had bribed one of the guards, and when Tim finally caught up with him, they had him bribe. They gave Tim give this whole speech about, I got integrity. I was Tim, we know you got integrity, bro. Anybody who's been watching this show since the pilot episode know that y'all did not have to write that in. Like, it was like, okay, man, this, we ain't gonna be one of my favorite episodes, but trust me, it ain't gonna be one of the worst episodes out there. But this is the thing I'm starting to see now. With Oscar back in LA, is he and Monica gonna hook it up? Because no, you got two of the most charismatic villains out there facing the LAPD, and I guess this task force they got with the FBI going on right now. So we got to see what's going on, man. I'm waiting for the next week's episode come on Monday. See if they gonna bounce back. Cross is heating up, man. This shit is heating up. Hey, man, I'm so happy about Cross because the first couple episodes I done seen, but they done brought that dude Bobby Trey back. Oh man, I love Bobby Trey. Bobby Trey is a hilarious ass dude. Maybe I might say this, minus the muscles, he probably like me, crazy as hell, deep ass country accent. That dude is amazing. Hey, shout out to Johnny Ray Gill, the brother that played him. Bro, you a fool, dog. You be having me rolling. Like, especially the scene with one of the people they trying to chase, Ibrahim. He was in his kitchen after he had like knocked his mom, with a sex scene we didn't need. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I already cringed at sex scene with incredibly beautiful people, but I didn't. Cross, I could have kept that shit to yourself. That man was, he was in the kitchen with that knife, talking in his underwear, talking shit to Ibrahim and talking about me. I used to say your mom up there resting now, so keep your boy down. Oh my God, that was up there with Melvin and Jody in the kitchen scene from Baby Boy. That shit was disrespectful as hell. And you know something? I was wondering why I didn't know that season 3 of Cross was out, because nobody was talking about it. Last year. A lot of people talking about, especially the sisters, they was talking about it real tough. I see why I didn't see it on none of the sisters' pages. They done got Cross to get his swirl on with the FBI agent that he was working with down in Texas, Kayla Craig, who is playing both sides of the fence. I was like, when I saw that shit, I was like, oh, that's why the Queens ain't on board with it this tough. And I'm mad about that. Like, him and L couldn't work out, but they let him and this white woman, get down. And like I said, I know that's why you ain't been seeing. So, cause I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna jump back. Like how women used to love the show Scandal. I never liked Scandal. Nothing against Kerry Washington. Phenomenal actor. I just didn't like it. He promoted being a Negro bedwench. And I screamed at him. I'm like, well, the president loved her. I said, Mama, that woman was sleeping with a married man. And she's like, well, no, you gotta understand. And then I asked my mama. I said, well, Mama, let me say this. If the shoe was on the other foot, the president was black, Olivia Pope was white, would you have liked the show? And she got quiet. I said, man, if that was the setup for the show, y'all wouldn't have got Scandal canceled by the damn first commercial break. And my mom like, I can't. She said, I'm with you when you're right. I said, I know it. So I didn't like that. But Elle kind of pissed me off because she playing this. She like a moth to the flame. She want to get close but don't want to get burned. Because like she still is like there, even though her and Alex didn't hooked up and he was knocking Sonic rings out of her ass. She was like, that was just one time, this ain't gonna be everything. And she messing with this dude named Francisco, who's played by Mark Taylor. You don't know who Mark Taylor is. A lot of y'all know who Mark Taylor is. A lot of y'all met him as the young Grandpa Gene in the Showtime original movie, because it's not a Disney Channel original movie like a lot of us thought. Just Disney Channel just ran it into the ground like BET ran Baby Boy into the ground. He was the young Grandpa Gene from 17 again. And Francisco asked her one time when she was talking about doing stuff with kids, and he was like, what is going on with that? And she tried to explain. I was like, no. I was looking at TV, looking at Buddy like, hey man, you need to leave that alone. Cause I can tell you from personal experience, if she still want to be around that man's family and all this, that, and the third, she ain't let him go, bro. She ain't let him go. And you need to just charge to the game and keep it pushing. Any woman that still want to keep tabs on that, the man from his past and his people, like they got to go. I had an incident like that one of my last relationships. Matter of fact, my last relationship I had, I'm talking on the phone with her. I was out to sea and she was back at shore. And I called her to see how she was doing because it was late at night. I would try to call her when she got off work at like 8. And she said, hey, well, guess who contacted me? Who DM'd me? I was like, I already knew what she said. I'm like, there's an ex-boyfriend. I'm like, your ex did? She's like, yeah. I was like, okay. I said, what I'm supposed to do with that information? Well, I just thought you should know. I said, why should I know? He contacted you. And I was like, did you tell him that you're in a relationship? Matter of fact, did you even tell him you're in a relationship with me? Because crazy thing, I knew the ex. Me and her was friends before that, and I remember being friends with her while she was dating Buddy, but it didn't work out. Somehow we ended up getting a relationship, which we shouldn't have did, but I digress. So I knew it was like, yeah, this one is not gonna go the distance. It's not gonna go the distance because if you doing that, I already know you still ain't got over. And that's what Francisco need to do. He need to leave that alone. But man, last scene of the last episode, Alex got into an accident. Dude tried to kill him. Bobby Traden came, shot at the dude and scared him away. Boy, we finna, I don't know what it is, but I cannot wait till the next episode is released. Cause boy, this shit right here, it is hot, it's heating up. Boy. Hey, anyway, man, that's been it for me. Hey, before I get up out of here, I got a PSA I want to give. So, it's an uptick in a lot of people denouncing their membership to Divine Nine, or D9 as we call them, Greek letter organization. That's the black fraternity sororities like, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Alpha Phi Alpha, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, which is mine. 06 of the good brothers out there, Omega Psi Phi, Delta Sigma Theta. I ain't gonna go through all of them. So Kappas, Zetas, Sigmas. I'm not gonna go down the whole gauntlet, man. Like, I'm getting older and I don't want to leave nobody out. But y'all, I'm out there and I fuck with all y'all too. I got friends throughout all of them. People are denouncing their membership to them. I just want to say this to y'all. just walk away and be quiet. You ain't got to make no whole fucking announcement. Yeah, I'm going to cuss on this because I'm sick of it. You ain't got to make no whole fucking announcement that you done with it. Just announce your shit, send it to your national headquarters, and walk your ass on down the road somewhere. And because this is what I'm getting tired of a lot of them talking about. A lot of them talking about some, where they got demonic and gay ritual acts and this, that, and the third, like this. And I seen a meme that's going around, and the meme says, as a member of a Black Greek letter organization, I must have been slipped on them demonic rituals because when the fuck that happened? I'm like, thank you. And then they got a lot of gay rituals. They talking about supposed to be a lot of gay rituals. I want to know when this shit happened. Like even one of my older friends, she sister friend of my sister, but you know, like I don't mean like we hungry kick, but she friend of my sister, she's come over. She's a AKA and she happens to be a lesbian. I had said, man, where these gay rituals come by? She gave one. She was like, right. She said, I don't understand why. She said, why is that the first thing y'all want to go to? She like, it seems kind of telling, don't it? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, I've been a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated since February 7th, 2010. I don't never remember no demonic idol worshiping or any shit like that. I don't, damn sure wasn't no gay ritual. I don't play that shit at all. Not saying we don't have gay members in there, because every organization got gay members in them. They do. And there's going to be a couple of organizations that claim we don't. Yeah, y'all do. Every one of y'all got them. I've met somebody gay from every one of them. And they not bad people. Shit, hell, some of them more tolerable than the straight motherfuckers in them. But I don't know. Y'all just coming up with shit. What it is, because they talk about worshiping false idols. Ain't no damn false idols in there. This is what it is. You made that motherfucking organization a false idol in your life. Y'all did what I see a lot of people do during my time in the Navy. And these are the people I don't like working with. Like if I saw a leader or somebody was like that, I kept my distance and I just stayed away from them. Y'all made this shit your whole damn life and personality. And the thing is, you got on people's nerves with it. Like, yeah, it's a part of me. Like, yeah, I'm like I said, I'm a proud member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. But bro, I don't hardly ever wear my jacket like that anymore. I'm 37 years old. Now, that's the one thing I like about the white fraternity sororities. They do it in college. They do it big in college. Once they graduate from college, they live in life. It ain't that big of a deal for them. But for some of us, we act like this is all we know, and this, that, and third. Like, I got a friend of mine, my boy Sonny G, like brother to me. He made a perfect good example, and as a Black Greek, I had to tell him, bruh, that's actually funny, because he used to always call us, and still do. He said, y'all ain't nothing but some educated gangs, man. I said, why you call us gangs educated? He said, bro, y'all got different signals, hand signals, got different colors. You gotta get your ass beat to get in. It's for life. He said, and y'all got different sets, i.e. chapters at different colleges. And he said, from what I done seen from my friends who in family who in college, y'all sometimes be beefing with each other. That's set tripping. When he said that, he broke that down. I said, well, you got a point. I'm with you when you're right, big dog. I can't even, I remember telling that to my mama, and even my mama had to chuckle. So, now you can say the gangs, I get that. But this, like, idol shit, no, you, like I said, y'all did like them gangs, man. You did like a person who, from LA, off Crenshaw and Slauson, a rolling 60s Crip, or somebody from Compton, who is a fruit top Pyru, and you done made that your whole personality. Nothing else that is just, it's all you know. And now you got mad because you made that your whole life. You got on people's damn nerves with it, or you've had no life, or you couldn't get no traction with it. Because here's the thing we don't want to talk about. A lot of people get into this shit not for brotherhood and sister. A lot of these people get in here just for social status, and some get in to get ahead professionally and financially. That's it. They don't care nothing about it. And you didn't align yourself with people who just got in it for superficial reasons and now you bitter about it. Because I promise you, ain't nobody there worshiping demons, and it ain't gay rituals you got. There ain't nobody messing with nobody in a homosexual manner in order for membership. Hell, I know a lot of people in there that are clergymen and women in there. Not saying all of them are the best people work, because I ain't gonna lie to you, a lot of them full of shit. But I know for a fact it's full of shit they are. They ain't worshiping the devil. Nah, you just mad that it didn't work out. Because here's the thing, I'm gonna keep it funky with y'all. I'm an alpha, and it's a lot of alphas I can't even fuck with at all. Just because we frat brothers, I don't even like them. I ain't gonna do it, because here's the thing, everybody like, but that's your frat brother, and all y'all supposed to be brothers. Motherfucker, I got real family that I don't like. You think I'm a fake? I don't fake it for my people who got my blood running through their veins. You think I'm gonna fake it for somebody who I just met because we got the same colors and the same letters in front of our chest? Nah, bro, I ain't with all that. That's what it is. Y'all, it didn't work out for you the way you wanted it to. You're bitter because you put your heart and your soul in there. You the one that took my heart and soul belongs to whatever organization you a part of. Okay, you put that above God. We didn't tell you to put that above God. You chose to put that above God. And now God saw that you worshiping somebody ahead of him and your life is crumbling. I ain't trying to get religious for real, but I'm just going to say God said have no other idols above me. And it's going bad because you put that above that. We didn't tell you to put that above him. You put that above the Almighty. And that's why shit is going left. But I just want to say that to all of y'all who keep doing this. I want y'all to go touch some grass, take a vacation, have something to drink, smoke some weed. And I don't never like to tell nobody to smoke no weed, but a lot of y'all need it. And like, get laid, get some penis or get some vagina, whatever you into. And last but not least, most importantly, shut the fuck up. We are tired of hearing about this from y'all. Damn. Anyway, my mom, if you listen, I'm sorry, mama, but I'm a grown man. I'm a Steph Curry shot away from 40. Sometimes I'm gonna talk about talking. I said what I said. Yeah, don't hurt me. Anyway, that's been my time on the porch this week. You know, y'all can find me on Facebook, Pete McCorvey. You can find me on Instagram, PDMac10. That's PETEYMAC10. Or you can find me on TikTok, PDMac89, same as Instagram. Just drop the 1 and the 0 and put an 8 and a 9. Until next week, be cool, stay calm, and get paid. Oh yeah, and next Friday, check out my episode of my new podcast, At the Move with Pete McCorvey. Later, y'all.